All right, guys, in this video, I want to talk about a very common challenge that Scrum Masters face and in their daily activities, right? Which is resistance to change. Okay, so resistance to change is something that you are going to face. If you're not facing now, you're going to face in the future. I have developed, if I can say so, a very simple method or methodology, whatever you want to call it, to reduce resistance. It's called MPM. The first M means be a master of the process. P means have a plan for implementing Scrum. And the other M means use metrics, agile metrics, to reduce resistance to change. All right? What does it mean? What does it mean to be a master of the process? To be a master of the process means master Scrum patterns. All right? Have a process perspective for every single ceremony of Scrum. All right? So inputs, agendas, outputs, every single ceremony, you have to have an agenda. For every single ceremony, you need to understand the inputs. They got to be ready before you start the ceremony. By ceremony, if you never heard this word, it means Scrum meeting. It's a Scrum event, all right? And the agenda has to clearly generate the necessary outputs for that particular event, all right? If you never heard about Scrum patterns, by the way, we have a series of videos that I'm putting the link over here so that you can go over there and take a look at some of the patterns that I suggest for kickstarting a project with Scrum. All right, what does it mean to have a plan for implementation? So show your company executives, show your bosses that you know what you're doing, all right? So it means 5S, okay? Organize your workspace. How many Kanbans are you going to have? Establish color codes. Assemble your Kanban. Prepare the wall, all right? So make the Kanban visible on a specific place so that everybody can see. Organize the workspace of the guys that are going to be working together, all right? Make sure that people understand that being together is very important. And establish a software engineering process for your team, okay? It is very important to make sure that the software engineering process is something that got to be clear for those also participating in operations. Infrastructure people, all right, they're also part of the Scrum team. So creating a software engineering process has also to incorporate, is an activity that also incorporates infrastructure people, all right? So infrastructure people, they are also part of the Scrum team. Naturally, they're not going to be allocated full-time as other team members, but they have to be part of the Scrum team. And having a software engineering process, having your workspace organized, that's part of having a plan. So if you need to train people, for example, train company executives, train business areas, determine who you think should be the product owner. So this gives more clarity, more visibility to your company executives and shows that you know what you're doing, all right? The third step is using agile metrics. Metrics that are fundamental to show that, why should you measure, right? So you need to measure because you need to show that the way you are operating is better. I'm going to give you 5 metrics, all right? And I'm going to explain quickly about them so that you can start using them right now in your projects. Number 1, lead time. The time a user story takes from ready to done. This has to be as short, as small as possible. Number 2, process efficiency of a user story. This is a metric that I learned to use from Jeff Sutherland. It's a crucial metric. It measures the focus of your team, right? So the idea is how much of this mindset, let's stop starting and start finishing, how much of this mindset do we have, all right? Third metric, the time of a preparation of a user story. The time a user story takes to be ready to development. That's crucial. Number 4, the monetary cost, so the dollar cost of extra time, all right? The dollar cost of extra time is something that people take for granted, all right? So people do everything that they can in order to deliver on time, all right? So you start measuring this so that you can compare traditional projects with Scrum projects. You're going to see that it pays off. Okay? And also measure the amount of extra, so the fifth metric, the amount of extra time that your team is doing, sprint after sprint. All right? This, if you're playing your cards right, this is going to be decreasing. All right? So, and then at the end of the day, you're going to have facts and figures. Just prove to your company executives and reduce resistance by showing that, hey, look how it was before and look how it is right now. That's how you reduce resistance to change. Okay? There's another way to reduce resistance to change, but I'm going to be talking about that in another video. All right? So stay tuned and let's hit the ground running.